Welcome back everybody. In the last video we focused very much on the importance of sleep, particularly during this period where we're out of routine. And if you remember, the video before that talked a bit about routines and how important routines were to good mood and well-being. We talked a bit about sleep and gave you some tips there. Today we'll be talking about eating and exercise, and we're going to see what improvements, simple improvements we can make, and how that can have a real big impact on the way we feel. So over the last 3 videos we've looked at how your body and your mood can benefit from regular routines. We talked about some really simple ideas there. As the same for eating and exercise, and both of these areas of life benefit from some variety. So there are 2 aspects to that. There's eating and exercise, and there's very little excuse during this lockdown period for us not to engage with this, because we do have the time to do this. So small changes in the way you eat, the amount of movement you plan into your day can make a big difference to the way that we feel. Clearly, we know that the exercise, some form of daily exercise, will also impact on your sleep, hopefully, because it will make you physically tired, and that might aid your sleep. So they have a sort of interleaved effect. When we're feeling bored or our mood is low, we sometimes crave sugary foods, don't we all? Which give us quick energy boosts, but these often result in crashes in energy which may affect our mood in a negative way. So we've talked about this in school, in your lessons. We know what the effect is of a high sugar content food substance. You get that lift, immediate lift, and then you get the peak, and then it comes with the trough. And that's not good, because it's going to possibly give you a couple of mood swings as well. So what have you been doing to stay healthy? Let's go back to those prompts that we always have, to ask ourselves exactly what we have and haven't been doing. So do you know what a balanced diet is and how it can benefit you? Have you tried any new foods recently? Have you learned to cook something new or helped with any cooking around the house? Have you tried snacking on fruit or veg instead of sugary things? Now, I mean, just from sort of my personal experience, I think it's really important, to be honest. I'm seeking to improve my eating habits. I do eat plenty of fruit, and yesterday I had some vegetables. I quite like those sugar snaps, and so I'll munch on those. If I'm looking for a snack, I'll try to avoid unhealthy snacks, because there are plenty of healthy alternatives, but you do have to make a conscious effort to try and do this. And on this slide, on this side of the slide here, we talk about a balanced diet, making sure that there's some fruit and vegetables there, and the meat, fish, and alternatives to meat and fish. Fatty and sugary foods clearly are still there in that limit, and there are some milk and cheese and so on, bread. So we know what a balanced diet looks like. So eating healthily, well, why? Well, we know what the benefits are. The first one, it improves your memory and your concentration, a bit like sleep. Remember I said to you, these things are interleaved, and if we do all of them to some extent, that will have an impact on our mood. Improves your immune system, which is really important at the moment. Increases your energy, helps keep your skin looking good, increases productivity, and what I mean by that is you're more effective, you're more productive, because you've got, if I say a bit of a spring in your step, what I mean by that is you're more energetic. Helps you to handle stress better. Better sleep and rest, we talked about that, no caffeine before you sleep. Help maintain a healthy weight. Helps maintain overall physical fitness, and helps you to manage your mood. So these are all the benefits. We make a conscious effort to eat the right foods and to not snack on the foods that we talked about. These are all the positive effects we can get from that. One of the things I should say is one of the things that really does benefit me is if I've started to drink a lot of water, and I realised that I was actually suffering with some form of dehydration during the day. I was getting sort of slight headaches and so on. So it's not on the slide, but I do want to ask the question, how much water are you drinking? And are you drinking enough? And one of the immediate effects I had, I've got my bottle of water right here, one of the immediate effects I had was I realised that by drinking more water, it just made me feel better throughout the day. I wasn't suffering with lethargy or dehydration or anything like that. Exercise is an important part of daily life. Doing some exercise will help you keep fit, healthy, and will improve your mood. Because if I go for a long walk and I come back, I just feel better. I feel like I've achieved something. It's like, wow, I might struggle on the way back from my exercise, but when I get home, I feel that I've achieved something. It will help you feel more energized, help you to sleep better, that's for sure. It can help manage physical and mental stress. I quite like walking. So if I've got something on my mind which is worrying me, I quite like to just get out and go for this long walk and think it through whilst I'm walking, and that does help, because by the time I've come back I've had some time to think it through, and I've also been able to do it in a healthy way. When you're worried about something, there's nothing worse than being sat in front of a computer screen, snacking on something which is unhealthy, worrying about this problem. You've got to break that. You've got to say, right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to think this thing through. Remember that slide about staying connected? You can still speak to somebody whilst you're walking and ask them, this is the problem that I've got, how do you think I can approach it? That's about reaching out to people. It can make you feel more relaxed, it can improve self-confidence, that sense of achievement. I've achieved something today, I've done something today. It can help lessen anxiety. So if you're worried about something, going for a long walk, going for a run, going for a bike ride, taking your dog for a walk, whatever it is that you do, all of these things can help and are proven to help. It's been hard to get out, and lots of our favourite clubs are currently closed. Here's a list of some ideas. Of course it has been difficult to get out. As I said previously, things are looking up. There is easing of lockdown, there's more easing to come. Eventually we'll be back to sort of something that resembles normality. And if you go to a gym or anything like that, those gyms are going to open again. So let's see what we can do. Enjoy the outdoors more. Try finding new walks that take you into the countryside, and that may be difficult where you live. Certainly, I live in West London, it's impossible where I live. But I do have a routine. If I'm ever going to go for a walk, I've got a routine that a route that I follow. And I know exactly how many miles that is, I know exactly how long it should take me, and that's sort of my sort of safety comfort zone. Try a couch to 5k training program. That's like a formal program that says I'm starting from zero, and I'm going to do a 5k walk or run over time. And build my stamina. I'm going to build up towards that. You could do that over time. That's quite a clever thing, actually. There's a really good website here, by the way, sport.com, for some other ideas. These are all outdoors. It's raining today, and it might be difficult if you're going to go for a 6-mile walk in the rain. I don't think I want to do that. But let's look at some indoor ideas now. Improve your balance and find ways to calm the mind with yoga or Pilates classes, if that's your thing. There are a number of online classes being offered free of charge, which you can do alone or with another member of your household. I believe colleagues and teachers in this room have also done some, sort of 1 or 2 colleagues have done some videos around this as well, so you can check them out. And there are lots of free classes and all sorts of indoor exercise in YouTube. So there are things you can do indoors, but if you're a bit like me, I do prefer to go outdoors, to be honest, if I'm going to do anything that looks like exercise, because I need a change of scenery and a change of environment, and for me that is definitely outdoors. So yeah, that's something that you need to build into it. So here are some extra things, extra resources. The NHS website, by the way, is really good. For some of the children who are in school this week, the focus is on healthy eating, and I pointed them to the NHS website, which is a really good resource. And there are some other things here for you to check out. But certainly eating healthily, and some form of exercise is really important. You know, some people love exercising, they don't need to be convinced of it every day, this is what they do, it's been part of their routine forever. Others, I count myself in that category, where it's not something I do as routinely, but when I do it, I get some benefit from it. I can only say to you it's a really good thing to do. I mentioned about my sort of immediate impact of just drinking more water during the day, how that affected the way I am now during the day and the way I feel during the day. That's really helped. Thank you for listening to that, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.